Good morning, motherfuckers. Another wake and bake, baby. Ooh. Talk about coming back to life, you know what I'm saying? Ay, papa. Let's see. We're still grinding away at the Crescendo, baby. Is it Crescendo or Crescendo? I don't know. I gotta look that fucker up. But let me tell you, it's fucking good, man. THC design, they fucking get down. They get down, man. They get down. I'm loving the shit out of this sativa. You know what I'm saying? This sativa is the shit. So it's 4:24 a.m. That's right, motherfuckers. It's another wake and bake. Man, I think I left like the cabin light into my truck on. So I went to go move it this morning because it was parked around the corner. And today I had to move it from there because it's trash day. So the either trash day or the sweeper. No, it's the sweeper. Yeah, the sweeper goes by today. Street sweeper. So I had to move it from there, otherwise I'm gonna get popped with a ticket. Know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get a ticket, motherfuckers. I ain't trying to get a ticket. So what's on the agenda, man? We're going to fucking smoke this fucking bomb-ass fucking weed. Oh shit, I gotta charge my phone, man. Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're going to go fucking run our asses off. Come back. Do some editing. Post some videos. I need to do some writing. I'm gonna get back into the writing thing. I think it's starting to come back. It felt dead for a really long time. I don't know how else to explain it. It just felt like it died inside of me. Yeah. I mean, I know why. I know exactly why. But yeah, starting to feel good, baby. All that hope is coming back. You know how it is with us depressed motherfuckers, man? Yeah, I was actually just talking to my niece about it. I think yesterday. Yeah. So, we went out to the El Salvador corridor in LA. It's a bunch of street vendors, like mostly food, right? Salvadoran food. Yeah. Salvadoran candy, that kind of thing. I just wanted to go check it out, go eat some pupusas, you know what I'm saying? Bought myself 2 pupusas, a quesadilla, which is a pastry. Oh my god, I'm a fucking monster, man. If anything, I gotta blame it on the weed, you know what I'm saying? It makes me super fucking hungry. You guys know I don't really eat that much, though. I mean, I ate 1 pupusa yesterday while there. I didn't eat the other one, it was too much. But man, I scarfed that sucker down last night, like around 6 p.m. Hell yeah. So, yeah. She was telling me how, you guys know she's my roomie. Yeah, she was just telling me how she was feeling down last week. And I was like, hey, that runs in our family. Mental health issues run in our family. We're very susceptible to drug addiction, like hardcore alcoholism, like hardcore drugs, that kind of thing. Yeah, we have that in our family, man. We're, and we have loonies. I mean, they're my family members, I know you're not supposed to call them loonies, but yeah, man. My, my great aunt was institutionalized Yeah, she had postpartum depression. They didn't know about that back then. She just went insane. Um, yeah, I have cousins, uncles also that have been institutionalized and stuff. So I told her, it runs in our family. Just be very aware of it. The best thing to do is to know, right, that we have these mental health issues in our family, right? It's a genetic predisposition, right? So I tell this to everyone, my kids, my niece, everyone. Like, if you're going to try drugs, right, wait till you're in your 20s, because your brain is fully formed, right? And and so schizophrenia, right, and personality disorders and that kind of mental issue, it makes itself present or visible, right? And in a person's late teens, early 20s, right? So by the time they're in their mid 20s, right, you can totally, most of the time, you can tell whether someone's going to have schizophrenia or some sort of mental disorder, because it comes to the front, like, it's visible, right? So most of the time, what used to happen back when people started experimenting with drugs in the 60s, and stuff, people have been doing drugs all their life, right? I mean, throughout time, right? But in the 60s, when it started to flourish in this country, you have all these college kids, getting high and doing LSD, trying different kind of drugs. And some, right, started to have some serious mental issues. And people thought it was because they were just flipping because of the drugs. That's not it. The drug will flip a switch if you're already genetically predisposed to that. You know what I'm saying? Now we understand that, right? So this is why I tell them, wait till you're in your mid-20s or after. That way you can see what's really happening in your body. Your brain is fully formed. The chances of you, falling into one of these mental, what is it, like mental quicksands, right? Yeah, it's no. So, yeah, I tell him to wait a little bit, right? I forgot what I started talking about. Oh, yeah, because she felt blue. So I told her, just exercise. Exercise is really good. Watch what you eat, because also, the food you take into your body, right, to a large extent will determine how you feel. Yeah. So I totally forgot why we started talking about that. But I have a little complaint to tell you guys. So you guys know I love Amuse. Amuse and Catalyst. Amuse is a delivery service, and Catalyst are dispensaries here in LA. The closest ones to me are the ones right in Long Beach. I'm in the South Bay, right on the beach. So the matches, right? The little matches, they seem to be coated with something that makes me cough. I don't know. Yeah. It's not good, man. It's not good. It's not good. Get better matches, Muse. Cheers, motherfuckers. So we're gonna have to use the lighter, which sucks, but that's a lot of fucking smoke. Yeah, motherfuckers. So let's see. I am gonna get back into writing. all kinds of crazy shit in my life, man. Let me tell you guys. Let me tell you what I believe. I don't believe that we were created by God in heaven. I don't believe in any of that shit. I wasn't raised religious, right? I'm Mexican, and Mexicans tend to be Catholic, right? But I wasn't raised with religion. I wasn't raised with religion. I was raised to think for my own, to do the right thing, but it was never, I wasn't told, this is what God wants, or this is what we do. Like, no, this is the way humans are, you need to understand, and it was more of that thing. Very progressive, actually, very progressive. For two individuals who have basically very little education. My mom and dad. My mom. My mom is she's older. She's pushing 70, right? So when the time that she grew up, women weren't supposed to go to school. She was actually pulled out of school. The principal of their, little town school went and spoke to my grandpa and told her, she's really smart. You should let her continue going to school. But he was like, no, she's a woman. What does she need school for? She has to clean the house. Yeah. So on my maternal side, right, my maternal grandfather was like that. He was about a man. A man works with his hands, and that's what a man does, right? My paternal side is way different. My grandfather, who passed away a few years back, at 99, motherfuckers, that's right. I got some long life genes in me, man. Yeah. He was an educated man, right? He believed in education. He gave all his kids education. 12. 12. My dad comes from a family of 12 siblings. So does my mom, right? 12 siblings as well. But, yeah, so my grandpa, right? He pushed education onto them. He pushed the need to become an educated person, right? That will lead to a better life. Not everyone, like my dad, he didn't want to go to school. So he left school when he was really young, he started working when he was 12. My dad, he'll tell me, I just wanted to have money in my pocket. And, he was from the countryside, and he had an aunt who lived in Guadalajara, which was the city at the time. Well, it's still the city now, right? And it's still a major city, but so when they would go visit her, he would get excited with the city vibe, right? He wanted that life, and he asked if he could stay. This one time, he asked if they could stay, like a week or so with my aunt. And my aunt, like, my dad was really good looking. My dad's a pretty good looking man now, he's an older man, but he's a good looking man. But when he was young, that motherfucker was him and my mom, man. Like, honestly, you see pictures of them, you're like, God damn, these are good looking people. Yeah, like, I'll show you guys. They're both like, they're model status, man. Honestly, I don't know what the hell happened to me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they were good looking people. And my dad ended up just loving the city, not wanting to go back to the country. So my grandpa just moved all the family to the city, because he wasn't going to just leave his kid in the city, and he didn't want to force him, because deep down inside he knew that the city was going to provide more opportunity for his siblings. Yeah, so he believed in education so much, right? He taught all over the countryside. and he became a director of education, and really accomplished man. There's a school named after him in Mexico. Like, that's how much this little town, right, this little city thought of him. So yeah. It's a little history, man. Little history. You know what I'm saying? I forgot why I even shared that fucking story. I did. Cheers, motherfuckers. Man, that's good. Now I remember why I shared that story. I was telling you that I wasn't raised with religion. Yeah, I wasn't raised with religion. But that's not why I don't believe in, the creation story. So I didn't go to college right away, right? I decided to go find myself. I didn't know I was doing that. I didn't know I was finding myself, right? But I did. I went. I was traveling for a year and two weeks. A year and 2 weeks. And through those travels, that's when I started to understand myself, right? As an individual, as a member of the family. I started to understand my mom and dad. I just started to understand a lot of things, right? And yeah. So then part of finding a path, right, to the understanding of the self, right? One of the paths, right, is religion. Religion will help you understand yourself. The thing about, religion will help quiet you, right? That's what it'll do. It'll help quiet you. But through stories, right? Through fairy tales. I mean, I'm sorry if that offends anyone. But, it's so that you understand what I'm saying. They're not true stories, right? They're fairy tales. A lot of the teachings, though, right? Well, the teachings are real. They're grounded, right? So if you pay attention to what it's telling you, like the Bible, you're reading the Bible, right? It's trying to help guide you to lead a life with less suffering. That's what it's trying to help accomplish. So if you to approach the Bible in that way, right? As a guide, right? A guide, a book of teachings for a life filled with more understanding and less suffering. That is a beautiful tool. I think where we mess up is where we think like we make it literal, you know. There is a God. They're like, oh, there's a God, right? Yeah, there's a God, you know. And then the formation of the religion, right, to protect the belief of how we interpret the Bible. That's what a religion is. How we interpret the Bible. And we're gonna tax you to share that information with you. Yeah. Oh, man, I hurt my foot. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, you know. So I believe, right? This is what I know. Okay, this is what I know. I know that if I don't eat, I will die. I know that if I don't drink, water, I will die. It's that simple, right? It's really that simple. If there's a baby, right, and you don't feed that baby, it will die. God will not save it, right? The being that people believe is up there, it won't save it because the being doesn't exist. You know what I mean? No, the being is supposed to exist within you, right? Within you, right? So, within you as a life form, right? But everything is a life form, right? So everything is alive, everything is connected, right? So if everything is connected, right? What does God, the connection, right? The connection of all living beings, and remember, everything is life, right? So what does God want, right? For the connection of life, right? So what does God want should be, right, worded in like, what do I believe, right, is the best for everything, right? What action can I take that will have the least impact, right, negative impact on things, and have the greatest, benefit, impact, right? Beneficial impact, right? Or impact of benefit, right? Anyway, I'm pretty stoned, but that's what God is, right? It's you as the individual, understanding that everything is alive. And so, what do you think is the best so that it benefits the most, right? And the benefit is really simple. It's life. There's only one benefit that's worthy of anything, and it's life, because without it, you have nothing, right? It's the only thing that matters, life, to be alive, right? Yeah. that, right? It's like to keep the form, right? You know, well, that's something else. it's that's a whole philosophical road we don't want to go down, but you know, so I believe, right, that we're all life, and so the way I approach human beings and animals, the way I approach, you know, the world, is by trying to do what's right. When I meet someone, right, I am open to them, right? I recognize them as a being, you know, and I'm also excited about the interaction. Yeah. And it pays off, man. You know, I think it pays off. Yeah. To be connected to everything feels really, really good. Really good. And I don't need religion for that, right? I don't need the idea of God for that, you know. Because I also understand that at the end of the day, it's just a mental construct, right? That doesn't mean it's true. Yeah. Yeah. Things become real in their consequences, right? So, let's talk about Trump, because he is a perfect example of this, you know. The things Trump says, you know, are, if any other politician would say it, they would be like thrown out, right? So there, no one, people are limited to the things they can say, and that, right? We know that's true in the consequences, which is politicians, right, can only say some things. Otherwise, like, the public just goes after them, right? They should be proper. You know, that whole social construct, decorum nonsense. Yeah, they need to follow it. However, Trump, right, when running for president and then being president, and even now, right, he says things that they can't, that no one else can't, right? So that also becomes real in its consequences, which are, there are no consequences, right? That's why people are like, they're like, we need to stick to this guy because he's like an umbrella for us. Yeah. They see his power. Yeah. So that's what life really is, right? If you live in this country, in this city, right, there are consequences for certain actions. You know, if you live in the South, right, depending on where in the South, there are consequences for certain actions, right? If you live down in, you know, Latin America, depending on the country, there are consequences for certain actions, right? So reality, right, it's not equal everywhere. There's different realities right now at this very moment, right? Because of the internet, that we're now more connected, and more people are connected and more aware of things, right? We're the realities are aligning, right? Yeah, they're becoming more aligned, But yeah. Think about that. It's fucking crazy. Anyways, I must finish off this bowl, man. Thanks for watching, motherfuckers. Thanks for watching.